Hello, my friends. Today's date is February the 8th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, something that might run through the year or something that might crack it up, make you look at it. Then there's a particular challenge that you face this year, and then there's an action you can take to stay in balance. And then there's an outcome or synopsis card, and we'll get to that. This is the general energy card of the year, and it is the gem. And what does the gem ask you to reflect upon this year? Well, the gem is that part of ourselves that becomes polished over time. Practice, perseverance, listening to our inner wisdom, listening to our instincts, developing our analysis, but it has to go along with our intuition. Those are the things that you may gain all the money in the world, but really not feel um, like you understand your soul, or that you fulfilled something inside of yourself that really has asked you to be fulfilled, that connects you to a deeper spirit. you know Money won't necessarily get you, power won't necessarily get you there, fame won't necessarily get you there, but the search for inner knowing, the search for developing your talents, your gifts, the search for finding your true path, your mission, your core instincts, the search for serving something higher than yourself, serving something bigger than yourself, like humanity, or a smaller enclave of what that means, but humanity overall, generally. Those are the things that are the gems that are inside of us, that are us, because we can sparkle like gems. We can be charismatic like a diamond. We can be, you know, so inspiring to others because we live our truth and we live our authenticity, and we honor all the systems and parts of ourselves as necessary parts to a fulfillment of ourselves. So what is your particular challenge with the gem is the question. Knight of Swords is your challenge. Knight of Swords is generally somebody who's so locked into finding the understanding, to finding the words, to finding the communication that is needed, which comes from understanding something in a very deep way. And it's about mental analysis, mental awareness. It's about, studying something to do with words and understanding of something. You've been pursuing something like a knight, one focused, trained to go after it at the exclusion of other things that might be important, like love, or even your own body, or even your own will that says, but I have something else that I want to do, but your mind has probably been saying, but I have to pursue this. This is what I need to do, or this is what I'm supposed to do. That other people are telling you possibly what you need to do, and you've convinced yourself, or you've allowed yourself to be convinced that you need to follow it. But the challenge is that don't really have the energy to push on this right now. You don't really have the belief in it right now. You don't believe it, necessarily have the trust in it right now. And you feel, I think, a sense of disconnection to what you've been studying and what you've been going after, because it doesn't feel true to you. It doesn't feel core deep to you. It doesn't feel like it's the path for you. And so the gem is asking for you to look within yourself, to remember what are the things that really have moved you in your life, have talked to you in your life. What are the things you've loved to do that might now be calling for you to go in that direction? What are the things that really talk to you on a spiritual level, on an instinctual level, on an intuitional level, that really move you towards something that more solidly suits you, that you want to study and give your analysis to and learn the depth of? Well, this is the action to take to stay in balance. It is salmon. And salmon is a tenacious being who goes from their birth and and swims upriver to remember the place of their birth. They go down through the river to the ocean, and then they swim up back up to the river. They're tenacious. They will go through whatever is needed in any little channel and eddy, and will fight whatever is in their path in order for them to return to their place of their home. So this is talking about your spiritual. It's talking about your spirituality, your spiritual home, and your sense of yourself as authentic and truth and necessary and in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. So the salmon says inner knowing and instinct are really more important. Theirs is an instinct that drives one toward their connection to source. There's an inner knowing that is intuition, that is feeling, that is rooted in a spiritual drive, a spiritual thread, a spiritual connection that is your river to being, that says, well, you need to jump back into your own river. You need to jump into the river that makes sense to you, that speaks to you, that speaks of your instincts, that speaks of your intuitions, that speaks to you of your emotional wants and not just your mental wants. So this is a time, Knight of Swords, put down your sword, put down your search for the words, and get into your feelings and your instincts and your intuitions. Maybe that means just getting a break from what you've been doing, taking a break from thinking so much, and cut yourself off, go into the woods, go into nature, go into the desert, go into your exercise, go into your yoga, go into your breath, go into your song, go into your dance, go into your trying different things, touching different things, and remembering that you have a lot of gifts. Those are the things that become your gems. Remember, your gifts, your talents, your interests. Those are the things that really become your gem when you polish them. Sure, you can polish the gem of intellect, but does that really get you where you want to go if you don't have your heart in it, if you don't have your soul in it, if you don't have a sacredness in it? Wisdom just for the knowledge for the information for the sake of information is not necessarily going to give you what you want. And so this is the outcome card, or the synopsis card, and I see this card, and it's always, to me, about joining with others of like-mindedness to create a magnificent, magnified portal of energy for change and growth in the human consciousness. There's a center of the world in here. There's a five-pointed star. There's a sense of open arms, open legs, groundedness, open arms, welcoming each other, and open heads that pull in the light and the consciousness from all directions. So this is a magnification of light. I think this is about joining with an organization or joining with others who have like-minded energies, who understand their place, who understand their core, and who understand their path in a bigger way, and see and understand that they can't do it alone, like the salmon does it alone, but they follow their instinct. The knight often does it alone, and protected in their armor, and not really necessarily showing their emotions or showing what's underneath them. So in order for you to connect with yourself and find your own sense of your gem, to call it forward so that you can shine like the earth in the center of this grouping of beings who are putting all their power into the shining of their gem, you have to follow your instincts and your intuitions, get out of your head and get into your heart and get into your body and get into the willfulness to go after something that feels better and feels right and feels connected to you on a deep level. Your things that you've loved, the things that you've learned that you'd like to do, that you can do, the things that you've learned that you have a passion for. Those are the things that are asking for you to look at them this year. And you can make a remarkable change this year, and your course of action may completely change for you to flow up a different river and to face each new challenge as something that's worthwhile and necessary for you to understand yourself and to develop yourself into the mighty faceted gemstone that you are. Aho.